Yellowstone Season 5, Episode 10 finally gives Kayce a purpose. Kayce Dutton is one of the most morally conflicting characters in the hit neo-Western series Yellowstone, but now he has finally been given a purpose. As one of the children of the late John Dutton, Kayce is an ex-Navy SEAL turned livestock agent and eventual commissioner of the Yellowstone Ranch, who has numerous responsibilities when it comes to caring for his family and their property. Kayce's strained relationship with his dad has always lingered around him due to John's disapproval of Kayce's marriage to Monica and conceiving a child with her. Despite being one of the primary characters in the show, Kayce has been overshadowed by the Dutton family war, and to some degree by the large shadow cast by his father, the emotional core of his sister Beth, and her relationship with ranch foreman Rip Wheeler, and the political rise of Montana's Attorney General Jamie Dutton. However, Yellowstone Season 5, Episode 10, The Apocalypse of Change, gives Kayce an opportunity to fulfill his purpose by seeking justice for his family and encountering his father's killer. John has been front and center throughout the series, calling the shots in Yellowstone, and leading his family through difficult times and various enemies. However, now that the patriarch is out of the picture, Kayce has crucial decisions to make regarding his future, including whether he can continue to control the Dutton Ranch while caring for Monica and their son Tate at the same time. Kayce also has to worry about the growing conflict between his siblings Beth and Jamie. Kayce has also been slightly off of the radar because his personal story was separate from the battles going on in the ranch. Now that Kayce is fully involved in Team Beth versus Team Jamie in Yellowstone Season 5, Kayce is forced to make a decision about which side he's on and how he will go about resolving this conflict. Given that Beth has shared her concerns with Kayce by phone regarding Jamie and his girlfriend Sarah in Episode 10, Beth and Kayce's relationship finally grows closer as they are determined to figure out how Jamie and Sarah came up with a plan to kill John. Despite John and Kayce's disagreements over the years in terms of Kayce's marriage to Monica, and John wanting Kayce to tackle more of a leadership role at the Yellowstone Ranch, they still had love and respect for each other due to their joy in ranching and regretted their disputes. John's death leaves Kayce in an emotionally challenging position because their ability to reconnect together more is lost. However, Kayce has an opportunity to defend his father's legacy and the Dutton family tree and name in Yellowstone by protecting the ranch and defending it against enemies like Jamie and Sarah. Aside from John, Beth has been one of the most impactful characters in the series when it comes to expressing her emotions, her love for her father and Rip, and confronting her family's enemies to defend the ranch. As Beth continues to seek vengeance for John's death, Kayce will also place his skin in the game and help his sister confront Jamie. What makes Kayce particularly dangerous in Yellowstone is that their enemies won't see him coming due to the fact that he has been out of the loop for years regarding his father's business within the ranch and Jamie, and Sarah's own Yellowstone plans for dismantling it. Kayce will also be more dangerous than Beth because he is an experienced ex-Navy SEAL, which has been briefly referenced in the past, meaning that he has the skill set and resources to fight and take down Jamie, Sarah, and any henchmen involved with John's death. For much of Yellowstone's 5-season run, Kayce Dutton has been a man caught between worlds. As John Dutton's conflicted son, he has wrestled with his place on the ranch, his duties as livestock commissioner, and his devotion to his wife Monica and their son Tate. Season 5, Episode 10 finally provides clarity, delivering a turning point that solidifies Kayce's purpose once and for all. Kayce's journey throughout Yellowstone has been marked by indecision and internal conflict. He has always straddled two realities: the violent, lawless traditions of his family's ranching empire and the deeply personal need to protect his own family from its destructive influence. From his days in the military to his struggles with the Dutton legacy, Kayce has been seeking a path that allows him to reconcile these contradictions. The episode opens with Kayce surveying the land, his face etched with the weight of past decisions. The loss of his and Monica's second child still lingers, an invisible scar that shapes his every action. As he watches Tate ride his horse across the ranch, Kayce is struck by the realization that his son will inevitably face the same impossible choices he has faced. Determined to break the cycle, he resolves to carve out a new future. The catalyst for Kayce's transformation comes when John calls on him to make an impossible decision. With the ranch facing mounting pressure from developers, politicians, and enemies old and new, the Duttons are on the brink of collapse. John, who has spent his life battling for control, asks Kayce to step up in a way he never has before. But rather than simply falling in line, Kayce challenges his father, questioning whether endless fights and sacrifices are truly worth it. As tensions rise between father and son, Rip Wheeler, John's enforcer and Kayce's longtime ally, steps in, offering an unexpected perspective. Rip, a man of few words but unwavering loyalty, tells Kayce that finding one's purpose doesn't always mean choosing a side. The land's got its own way of teaching a man what he is. Rip says, his voice carrying the weight of experience. You just have to be willing to listen. It is Chief Rainwater, however, who gives Kayce the final push. In a quiet yet powerful moment, Rainwater reminds Kayce of his vision from the past season, the haunting imagery of two paths, and the warning that choosing wrong would lead to destruction. Now, Kayce sees the vision not as a burden, but as a guide. He realizes his place is neither solely with the Duttons, nor solely with Monica and her people. It's in bridging the gap between them. For the first time, Kayce embraces the idea that he doesn't have to be just a soldier, just a son, or just a father. He can be a leader in his own right. With this newfound clarity, he makes a bold decision. He will not blindly fight his father's battles, nor will he abandon his family's legacy. Instead, he will create something new. The episode's final moments capture this transformation in a visually striking way. As the sun sets over the vast Montana landscape, Kayce stands with Monica and Tate, his hand resting on his son's shoulder. The ranch looms behind them, not as a burden, but as a foundation. He isn't just inheriting his father's world, he's redefining it. For a character who has long been adrift, Season 5, Episode 10 finally gives Kayce Dutton a purpose. It isn't to be his father's shadow, nor is it to run from his past. It's to forge a future on his own terms, ensuring that the next generation won't be shackled by the same ghosts. With this powerful realization, Yellowstone sets the stage for a new era, one where Kayce is no longer a man caught between worlds, but one who creates his own.